For Jeff Pastor after he pleaded guilty to wire fraud, admitting he took tens of thousands of dollars in bribes. Local 12's David Winter joining us live now outside the federal courthouse with Jeff Pastor's reaction to that sentence. David, good evening.
Good evening, Kyle. Jeff Pastor walked out of this courthouse less than an hour ago. This judge threw the book at him, giving him 2 years in federal prison, which was the maximum that he could have given him under his plea agreement. Plus, he gave him 3 years probation after that, and he's forced to pay back $15,000 in the bribes he took. Now, take a look at some video that we shot earlier today before the sentencing. This is Jeff Pastor as he arrived at the federal courthouse this morning. It had been 5 years since he received his first bribe, just 6 months after he took office. He was indicted in November of 2020. He was accused of receiving $55,000 in bribes between 2018 and 2019 from an undercover FBI agent posing as a developer. Now, the indictment also accused Pastor of accepting a trip to Miami on a private jet and going to strip clubs. Prosecutors said that he additionally asked for a $115,000 salary to assist in the developer's deals. Now, Pastor pleaded guilty in June of taking $15,000. As part of that plea agreement, the prosecutor agreed to only ask for 2 years in prison and for him to repay that $15,000. Pastor's attorney was asking for 1 year in prison. Comparing Pastor to the other council members snared in the same FBI probe, P.G. Sittenfeld, who got 16 months, and Tamaya Denard, who got 18 months, the judge today said this scheme was different than theirs. Pastor involved a middleman, which not only ruined that person's life, but showed that he was trying to conceal his crime, and he called out Pastor for his persistence in soliciting bribes, reading back to Pastor his speech to the people of Cincinnati after taking his oath of office, where Pastor said, "You can count on me for honesty and transparency." Jeff, do you think that it was a fair sentence?
What do you make of what the judge decided? Any comment at all? What do you say to the people of Cincinnati?
I apologize.
How about to your family?
I spoke privately to my family.
Keep your head up, John.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you are getting a fair sentence compared to the other council people?
No comment.
Now, this whole ordeal was over the right to develop the property that's near Duke Energy Convention Center. That property, incidentally, has now been demolished, and 3CDC is now developing it. Now, let me read to you what Jeff Pastor said to the judge right before he was given his sentence. He said, "My life was not supposed to be this way. This is not how my mother raised me." He said he had been obsessed with achieving and succeeding, and he said that no one else is to blame. Now, Pastor is going to start his sentence on January 22nd. The judge gave him a month to get his affairs in order, and he's going to be serving his time in Ashland, Kentucky, which is about 3.5 hours from here. At the courthouse, this is David Winter reporting. Back to you, Kyle.
All right, David, thank you so much. And as David just mentioned there, Jeff Pastor is one of 3 former Cincinnati City Council members caught up in corruption cases within just a matter of months. The other that is still ongoing is P.G. Sittenfeld. He's expected to report to prison in the new year after a jury convicted him of bribery and attempted extortion. Now, a judge sentenced him to 16 months, and a court denied his request to remain free during his appeal. Tamaya Denard pleaded guilty to taking a $15,000 cash bribe. She used that money for a vacation, and she received an 18-month sentence.
Thanks for checking out Local 12's YouTube channel. Click the links and hit subscribe so you can be notified anytime we post new stories.